I can put maybe 3 or 4 words description like author of the articles, and here all the parameters that you have tracked from your websites. So you will get that all the parameters here. So you will be selecting any parameters that you are creating there. Scope will be event. For any user property, you will be clicking an user kind of scope. And if you are creating a custom dimension for any subscription plan or any e-commerce item, so in that case, you will be choosing a scope as a item. So, for example, we have created a couple of dimensions. If you can see here, if I go to edit here, so I have chosen the event parameters. So, in my case, name of the event parameters that is in my code was the Google Sidekick post author. Dimension name is this, and description is this. So, similarly, for all the event parameters that you are sending from your website or from app, you will create one custom dimension for each and every custom parameters. So you can create custom metrics as well. There is a very basic difference between custom dimensions and custom metrics. If any of your event parameters have a value of text type or alphanumeric type or string type, for that parameters, you will be creating custom dimensions. But if there is a parameters, let's suppose for item price or item ID or article ID. So if all these values are of your integer type, then for that parameters, you will be creating a custom matrix, not the custom dimension. This is the basic one difference between whether to create a custom metric or custom dimensions for that particular event parameters. Now, this covers our second step. So what we have done, we have we have got some custom code from our tool. Then you put this custom code onto your website. The events starts coming into your GA4. Then for every parameters, you have created a custom dimension or custom matrix. Now it's time to utilize these custom dimension or custom matrix to create some custom audiences. So before we go ahead with the demo part, how to create this custom audience. So let's quickly see what are the custom audience in the first place. So let's suppose there are millions of users that are visiting your website on weekly basis or monthly basis. Now you want to segregate these users. Out of these millions users, you want to know, okay, out of these total users or total active users that I'm having on my websites, what are the users who are visiting my website frequently? Which are the users who might have visited maybe once a week or maybe basically a couple of times, because they are irregular users. So custom audience are nothing but a segment of users. Those are based on a specific selection criteria or condition, you can say, and you can segment these users based on different selection criteria. For example, you want to create an audience of your brand lovers. You want to create an audience of users who have initiated the subscriptions but have not completed. Or you want to create a segment of users of particular who are reading articles of a particular author, or you can say you want to basically create a set of users or segment of users who are interested in a particular category content. Okay, these are the sports category lovers. These are the basically entertainment category lovers. So you can basically custom audience are nothing but a segment of users. Those have very one common selection criteria or one specific conditions. So these are the key functions of this custom audience. You can segment your user based on your device type. Okay, these are the users who are reading content on tablet. These are the users who are basically reading content on iPhone. These are the users who are reading my content on Android device. Then you can personalize these users. So you can target those users based on the segment they are part of. For example, you have created a segment of users, or you can say audience of users who have initiated the subscription, but they have not completed the subscriptions. Now these are your basically high intent subscriber. They want to subscribe for your paid content, but they have not completed this payment. Now you might want to target these users maybe via push notifications. Maybe you can basically change your website messaging of subscription. Let's suppose this kind of users lands on your app, and okay, these are the users who are interested in paying. Then you just show a customized pop-up to those users. Saying something like, seems like you have initiated the payments but does not complete it. Let's complete your payments. So basically, you can personalize, target those users based on those audience. Then you can analyze their behavior, how much content they are consuming, how many basically how tablet users are consuming your website content, irrespective of iPhone users, whether tablet users are consuming more articles or not. So you can analyze their behavior as well. And also cross-platform audience building you can do also. Okay, these are my web users, these are my Android app users, these are my iOS users. So these are the basically 4 use case where this custom audience can be useful to create. Now these are some examples that we will be covering all these examples basically as a demo, a practical demo. We will be creating this custom audience that I am just giving you a theoretical part. As I said, the potential subscriber could be one good audience to create. Users who initiated the payment but did not complete it. Selection criteria is this, and how you can utilize this audience. Basically, what is the benefit of creating this audience? You can send abandoned payment reminders to these users. You can offer some limited time discounts as well, because you know these are the users who are actually shown interest to subscribe your paid content. Then successful subscriber again could be a very good segment or audience to create onto your GA4. Once you create this audience, then you can analyze their retention behavior. So let's suppose these are the users who have purchased my paid contents. Then you can basically personalize their experience on your website. Similarly, users who have started the payments, but their payments have been failed due to some error in payment gateway, or maybe bank was not available at that time, the services were not available at that time. So you can create a segment of these users as well, whose payment have been failed maybe in last 28 days or last 7 days. Then there are some other recommended audience as well. Brand lovers that we have discussed, the users who are basically visiting very frequently onto your website, maybe 20 times in a month. Similarly, you can create an audience of users who are viewing a lot of ads, right? So this audience will be basically very useful to you. You can do some A/B testing onto those users. If you want to basically if you are creating a new feature or new page onto your website, you just can release that this page only to those users if you want to track their behavior. Also, if you want to create a segment of users who were earlier very active onto your app, but in the last 7 days they have not visited your app, so you can create an audience of this kind of users as well, so that you can send a push notification. Okay, what you have missed in last 7 days. You can create some push notification, and you can send this push notification only to these users only, not the every users who are anyway coming onto your app or website. Then author-wise affinity, again, very good example to have. Okay, let's suppose there are 50 or 100 authors that are writing articles onto your websites. Now you want to segment users. Okay, these are the users who are finding articles written by author A very basically very liking based on their interest. So you can segment those users based on author. Okay, these are my users who are basically reading a lot of articles written by this particular author. These are the users who are reading a lot of articles in this category. Similarly, you can create all these audiences category level as well. And similarly for content format, okay, these are the users who are watching a lot of videos. These are the users who are watching a lot of maybe viewing a lot of web stories. These are the users, if you are having a podcast, these are the users who are basically listening to a lot of podcast, or these are users who are interested in the text kind of articles. So these are some examples, maybe 8, 9, 10 examples that you can create audience for this kind of users, to segment these users based on what kind of content they are reading, whether they are a successful subscriber or they find a particular author content very useful. So let's before we move ahead, so let's jump on to the practical part of it, how we can create all these audiences. So I will be creating maybe 7 or 8 different custom audiences for you for as a practical sessions. So for that, you need to go to admin, And before we move, any questions related to custom events, custom definition, how you can create custom dimension, how you can create custom metrics, we can take that up, and then we will move to the practical part of how to create these audiences that we have discussed theoretically.
Hey, hi, this is Devendra. Hello.
Yes, Devendra, please.
I just want to know, is there any way to target gender and age?
Yeah, absolutely. So similarly, you can create a audience. Okay, these are my male users, these are my female users, or you can segment your user based on age range. These are my users whose range is maybe from 18 to 23. Now, once this audience have been created, I will give you example of basically creating this audience just now. Then once this audience have you created, from the day that you have created this audience, the data will start coming. Basically, the user will start coming into this audience. Once you have a, basically you, after 7 days or 10 days, you create this audience. Once a specific number of users are part of this audience, then you can target these users. How to target these users? You can basically export these audiences data into your Google Ads platform, and then you can run some retargeting platforms. One way is this. Second way is to send personalized notifications. Let's suppose you want to send a different notification to females users, you want to send a different notification to your male users, you can do that via Firebase dashboards. Third way, you can target, you can basically personalize your app UI or your web UI based on the gender of users. Let's suppose you want to, let's suppose you have a subscription plan on your website. Then you want to know, okay, my messaging for the male users will be different than the messaging that I will be showing to the female users, right? So these are the three ways that you can leverage this audience to basically target these users.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions other than this? All right, so let's move ahead. Let's create some audiences that we have discussed theoretically. So for that, you will go to admin. In the admin, under the data display, you will be clicking on the audiences. So here, you will get two audiences by default, all users and purchasers. These are the by default audience that you will get once you land on this page. Now, if you want to create your own audience, you will be clicking on this button, new audience, and you will click on this create a custom audience. Now you can name your audience. So let's suppose I am taking an example of brand lovers. So you will be putting a name of your audience, and you will write a short descriptions. So your criteria could be anything. For example, I want to create an audience of brand lovers, and my definition of brand lovers is users who have visited my website at least, let's suppose, 20 times in last 30 days. So your criteria could be anything. If you want to create a users, brand lovers users who have visited maybe 15 times or 10 times in last 28 days or 30 days, you can do that. So it's up to your criteria, what kind of basically how frequently you want your users to be added into your brand lovers audience. So I put a descriptions, users who have visited website or app at least maybe 20 times in last 30 days. So it's just a descriptions. According to this, my description, or I will choose my conditions basically. Now my condition is users should visit at least 20 times in last 30 days. So accordingly, I will create my conditions. So for that, so whenever a user visits your website, so it creates a one event, that is session start. So I will choose session start here. And now my condition is 20 times. So I will search for event count. My condition is 20 times. So I will choose greater than, or I can say greater than or equal to. My value is 20. And I will just expand this drop down to in the most recent period in last 30 days. So what I am doing it, I am creating a conditions where session start event. That means user is landing on your website 20 times in last 30 days, and I will apply this. What I can do, one more thing here, I can create one custom events from here itself also. Let's suppose whenever a user becomes a part of this audience, I want to create one custom event as well. So I can name my event as a brand lover user added, and then save it. So this is the basically thing that you have to do to create this brand lovers. So name, description, and the selection criteria, that is basically conditions based on the what you want to. But what is your selection criteria? It will show you summary because this is the demo account. Otherwise, you will able to see how many users are part of this audience based on the selection criteria, and you will save this audience. One important thing to note here is once from the day you create this audience, from the on that day onwards, user will start coming onto it. So let's suppose you create audience today. So from the today onwards, only the new users will be start coming onto this audience. So you will be able to see, okay, this, how many users have basically your brand lovers, and after you create this audience. Now again, you can use this audience to import this audience into Google Ads. You can you can send push notification to these users. You can customize your app. Basically, you can run some A/B testing whether this user is part of this audience or not. So let's take a couple of more examples to create. Let's create some more audiences as well. So for example, I want to create an audience of users who are basically who have visited my website or my app earlier, but they have not visited my app. Let's suppose in last 7 days. So for that, I will name my audience as 7 days inactive users. Users who have not visited web or app in last 7 days. Again, visit means session start. So I will choose my event as a session start. For these users, I will choose. Yeah, any question? Yeah, Devendra, please.
Yeah, so just try to create one demographic. You can show some example of demographic audience.
Sure. So I will do that.
And also, I want to know, is any way we can edit the same audience?
No, so you can change your name of audience or basically description of that audience, but you cannot, once this audience is created, you can't change any conditions once this. Yeah. If you want to create a new audience, you can just copy it and duplicate it basically, and then you can create new audience based on the same criteria.
Okay.
So for that, session start needs to be event count I will be choosing. So inactive means they have not visited my website. That means event count for this will be 0. And in the last 7 days, I will put the count here 7 days. If I want to have a 10-day inactive users, I will be using 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever my selection criteria is. I will apply it and I will just completely save it. Now, as Devinder have asked, so let's create some audience based on demographics. So, for example, I will take just quickly one of 2 examples quickly. I will not create this audience, but just give you a selection criteria for this kind of. With the male users, then it will you will choose gender, then add filter age, exact age 1 of, and then it is male. You will apply and you will save it. So these are your male users basically. Got it? Then similarly, female users, you can create one separate audience for female users. Similarly, if you will get age, and then age-wise, you can create, you can just create your audience based on the age range that GA4 provides. Let's suppose you want to create a users in the range of age 1 of from 18 to 34, or you can just create 18 to 20 separate audience based on the age range. And then you can target these users. So you can basically change your notification text. Whether you are sending notification to Gen Z, then you can change your look, basically your notification title to catchy enough. And if you are sending a notification to maybe some aged users, so you can change your notification title according to your age groups. That could be one use case. Similarly, you can create your users based on the city. If you want to create an audience of one particular city that they are there, then you can choose the city that GA4 has given you. Similarly, country-wise, city-wise, or age-wise, or gender-wise, whatever these demographics are available with GA4, you can use those and create, basically segment your users based on those. So a couple of more examples that I want to just quickly touch upon before we wrap this up. So I was giving some author-wise affinity. Let's suppose I want to create a users who are reading articles of particular authors. So for that, I will in that case, so whatever examples that we have given right now, up to now, basically. So these audience you can create right away, because we have used session start, we have used gender, we have used age range, we have taken example of maybe city or country. Because this data is collected automatically by GA4, you have not required to be put any extra code. But where you want to track, okay, author-wise data, author-wise, category-wise data, content type data, or subscription failed users. For that, you will be using custom dimensions that we have created in the second step. So let's take one or two examples how I can use those custom dimensions to create my audiences. So for example, you want to create a author affinity audiences. So for that, you will choose, my event name was article view, if you remember. So this will be available here. Similarly, session start was available here. Similarly, article view will be available here. So whether this is a automatically collected event or a custom events, this will be available here. So I choose article view. And for example, let's suppose I want to create a audience of users who have read at least, let's suppose 7 articles written by a particular author. I will put name author here later in last, for example, 15 days. For example, this could be anything. Selection criteria can be changed based on the what type of audience you are creating. So I want to create an audience of users who have read 10 articles written by a particular author in last 15 days. So for that, I will choose article view. Then I will choose here, I will go to custom, and I will choose my custom dimension. So these are the name of dimensions that we have created in the second step a bit earlier, that I will show you how to create custom dimensions. So when I have created this custom dimensions, if you remember, I have put a name of that dimension. So all the custom dimensions that we have created, they will be listing here. So I will choose post author, author name exactly matches. Let's suppose Hemendra Singh. Now I am creating an audience of the users who have read at least 10 articles written by this author. I will put one more condition here. I will choose article view once again, and now I will choose the count, event count basically. Then my criteria is 7 articles in last 15 days. So greater than or equal to 7 articles in the last 15 days. It could be anything. It could be 15 articles in last 30 days. It could be maybe 20 articles in last 30 days, whatever you want to have. Apply it. You can name this audience Hemendra Singh author users. These are the users who are finding articles written by Hemendra Singh very useful, because they are reading at least 10 articles in last 15 days, and you will save this audience. Similarly, category wise, you can create, you want to have an audience of a particular category, sports category users or entertainment category users, you can create those. Again, the same thing, article view was the name of my event, custom events. I have put a event parameter as a second step category. Then I have created a basically dimension as a post category, then exactly matches. It will give the all the list of all the categories that I have submitted. For example, I have updates, then again I will choose article view to set the count, how many articles of this category. So if a user has basically read at least, for example, 10 articles in the last 30 days, I will choose that. And users who read 10 articles in last 30 days of this category, updates category, basically, that we have. Again, I can create a new event from here as well. This update category user added. So once a user become part of this audience, this will be the custom event that will be created inside the GA4. So let's suppose there are 30 as such users that are becoming a part of this audience in next day. So there will be 30, basically event count for this event will be 30. So one user will create one event, custom event in your GA4. That is the purpose of this. You will save it. So these are some examples. Similarly, if I go to examples, similarly, you can create content format wise audiences. You can create high ad exposure users. You can choose your audience, basically event as a ad impression, and you can specify the count. Similarly, so your selection criteria could be event name would be ad underscore impression. Similarly, we have chosen the session start or article view. Similarly, you will choose event as a ad underscore impression, and as a second audience as a AND operator, you will choose 30 in the last 30 days. So you will be creating all these audiences. So this this part covers how you can create all these audiences. Anyone have any questions about how to create any audience, or you want to discuss anything before we move to the last part of our workshop? Any questions till now? How to create audiences? What is the purpose of creating this audience? How I can benefit by creating any audience? Anyone have questions related to that? We can answer those. Otherwise, we can just move to the last part of our discussion today.
Ram, just one question.
Yeah.
So, in explorations, you create a sheet, exploration sheet. There you go with age or gender,
Yeah,
and you get a lot of unknown or others or not set of users, right?
absolutely.
So when I create an audience of so and so age or gender,
Yeah.
so are these unknowns or not set? Are they included or are they excluded? Just wanted to know.
Yeah, so you will be getting a note of a high percentage of value of note set. So basically what happens, so age or demography, or you can say gender, is collected automatically by Google, right?
Yes.
So the number where you are setting a lot of note set value happens because this data, demographic data, is collected automatically by users, and only of the users who have signed in a basically in that same browser. If they have signed in or they are logged in with their Google account and they have provided that data to Google,
Like a
only
consent?
that. Yeah, so basically what you need to do, one you need to enable Google Signal. That is the step one. If you have not enabled Google Signal, you will not be getting a lot of data as a demographic data. So once you enable Google Signals, so the users who have logged in with their Google account and they are visiting your website on the same browser or on the same laptop or desktop, then only for those users data will
Okay.
flow from GA4. So these could be maybe total 20% users or 30% users, based on how much users have signed in their Google account. Only for those users you will be getting the demographic data, basically.
Okay. So the audience is only created for those where the data is being collected.
Absolutely, absolutely. So only those users will be part of that audience which specify the criteria. If Google is able to basically capture the gender of that user, only that user will be part of the audience.
Okay, so when we create these, the segment audience, then later we can pick them in the Google Ads to target the ads.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can export these audiences in your Google Ads,
Okay.
and you can run your remarketing, or you can run ads based only to those set of users, basically.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So, Gautam, I'll just add one more thing to Ram, what he talked about the unknown and the sampling. So, this happens, one of the
Yes.
reason is also the sampling and thresholding, which is via privacy filtering. So, Google applies thresholding to protect the user anonymity as well. Or if it is also possible if your segment is too small. So, for an example, if you filter a few users or combine dimensions like age, city, plus device. So GA
Yes.
may intentionally hide those demographic data as well and show unknown to for that specific segment. So there are multiple reasons to it. Could be one of the reason that a user might have used ad blockers in the browsers, or there are browser limiting tracking as well. Safari
Okay.
does that by default. Any other privacy focused browsers or third party can block third party cookies. So these all can also be the reasons from where Google might not be getting this data in the first place. So that all kind of gets into the anonymous user data. So unknown is basically anonymous user data. That is not
Okay.
not a wrong data, or that is not a gap in data. Yeah.
So, if I go to the exploration sheet, coming back to the exploration sheet, when I put the dimensions or metrics, on top
Hmm.
right corner, there is an exclamatory mark.
Yeah.
So,
Sampling.
yeah, so if it is green, it says the data is correct, and if it is red, it says some data
Hmm.
is condensed. So this is where
Condensed.
you're saying that the Google has its own way of showing the data with these kind of
Yes.
factors.
Yes. So this happens with the Google Analytics free account. Definitely the account limits on GA360 is higher. So when the sampling happens, it shows that exclamation mark which you are seeing in the exploration and certain other reports. But the logic behind is that that is an anonymous user data. So that is not a wrong data, but anonymous data.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Sumit has a question, Ram.
Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, I just want to know about the mechanism of that you have created these audiences, and so how to send them the push notification to them.
Yeah. So Sumit, what you can do, you can if you are using FCM and you are using Firebase to send these notifications. So from
Mhm.
Firebase dashboard, when you are creating a new notifications, you put the title, notification message, and image. Where there you will have an option of selecting any particular audience. So any audience that you create in G4, they will just get created in Firebase as well. And when you're sending those notifications from Firebase dashboard, then you can choose all your users, or you can choose any of custom audience that you have created.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Any further question?
I think, Ram, we can move on to the last part first, and then we can take the
Ram,
questions.
one more question. Can we use this demographic audience in Google Ad Manager?
Yeah, absolutely. You create this audience, and you can export this audience, any audience basically that you have
But
created.
when I try, we have already mapped Google Ad Manager with GA4. But when I try to move uh, uh, these age and gender audiences to Google Ad Manager, it's not. I'm not able to do that.
Yeah.
It's not moving.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can send that. Basically, there are a couple of settings that need to be done at the Google Ad Manager side as well.
Okay.
So we can send you the documentation there, and if you just if you think that you are not, because you are missing something, that we can connect one to one and just help you out.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's quickly complete our last slide. Basically, so this is about the custom channel grouping. So we have received a lot of queries about the node set data that is coming into your traffic acquisition report. For that, what you can do, you can create your own custom channel. So for example, a lot of new basically AI generated tools are there, basically like Gemini, ChatGPT, or Perplexity. So any any data or any traffic that is coming onto your website from these tools, then by default, because there is no default grouping as per se in GA4 for these traffic, then you can create your own channel grouping into your GA4. So you can provide your source there, and you can provide a list of sources, and the data that is coming, the traffic that is coming from those sources will be part of this custom channel basically, and you will be able to see this data into your traffic acquisition report. So if I quickly go to that, just to take one last minute of you to how to set up these custom channels, then you need to go to admin part and just go to channel groups, create your new channel group, name your channel group my AI channel group. Description optional. Let's quickly save this group, and then I go to my A channel group, and I can choose my add channel. Channel name if traffic, basically AI traffic. And now I can choose my sources here. I choose, let's suppose it's basically contains ChatGPT. Apply. Then I can add one more source. Or I would require to add or condition basically. Then source. If my source is contains maybe purple XT. So I will add many more, XAI or maybe Gemini and all that. Let's suppose add Gemini as well. So the traffic that basically is coming from these tools, you can create a other list as well. And once you go to your basically you will save this group, and now if you go to report section and traffic acquisitions, whatever traffic that you are getting from these AI tools, you will basically you will have a list, this list basically on this page that we have created. So this will basically reduce your node set data that you are unassigned data basically, and that you might be getting right now. So you can similarly you can create different channel groups depending on the source. Maybe people coming from Facebook ads, Instagram ads, whatever the source is basically. It will help us. Yeah. So this was the last basic topic that we wanted to cover on today's sessions. So this is all from our side for now. Anyone have any questions, please feel free to ask here, and please give us a feedback by scanning this QR code.
Yeah, and if you also have any specific questions which you want us to cover into subsequent sessions or want to connect one-on-one, please feel free to reach out to us. And also all of those publishers who might not have access to Audience Growth Lab tool, I'm also dropping a link in this chat window itself. Please feel free to reach out to us to get the access so that you can kind of export the code as well. Yes, Shreyas, we will share the this presentation and recording with you.
Yeah, Heminder, one question.
Yes, Gautam.
At the beginning, you said you can push the codes you give the codes to the developers and they'll do that. So just asking if I want to collect certain data in data layer, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of data and what kind of event? If I just give the tech team, then if they implement the code and I start to track them in the Google Tag Manager, where the tag triggers and variables are directly configured in the code level.
Yeah. So once the code snapper that we have given, so it has basically two versions. These are the versions for the GTM or GTExec. Okay. So first thing you need to do, you will be selecting GTM from here, right? So if you have selected GTM tag here, then the corresponding GTM tag compatible code will be generated. That is one. Once you implemented this code onto your website, then for every event parameters that you have created in your code, then for all those parameters, you will be creating one variable in your Google Tag
Yes.
Manager, basically. So you will
Yes.
map those event parameters to one variable in your GTM, basically Tag Manager side, and then data will start flowing into your GA4.
Sure. And if I want to ask you, because from the JavaScript and the data layer thing,
Yeah.
which has very, load on the side, which has more load and which has less load, because if the scripts running in the background is high, it's going to delay the loading of my site.
No, so basically, because most of these events will be implemented once after the page is loaded. For example, if you want to track an article view with author data, category data, so once the article page is loaded, finished loading, then you will be adding this JavaScript code. It will not basically restrict your page, because you are adding this code after the page is loaded, JavaScript code. Similarly, when a user is clicking on articles here or bookmark any articles, so these are basically most of the case after page is loaded, or when page is loaded and user is clicking on any button that is there, like sign up or purchase kind of things. So it should not delay your page load speed, basically.
Sure. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Binu, we will share this URL as well in the email when we send the presentation. So please do provide the feedback and any specific question which you might have. So thank you so much, guys, today for joining in. That's all for today, and we'll notify you for the upcoming workshops as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good
Thank you.
day. Good
Have a
evening.
good day, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.